All right, y'all. This is episode 3 of Thoughtful Chaos with your hosts, Dan Hub
and Gus Donahue.
We are going to do the 4th of July special on this episode. Is it going to have anything extra special to do with 4th of July? Maybe one or two things.
Mainly America. By the way, it's not only, this is a very important episode. It's not only 4th of July, it's also season 7 of 2020. So we don't know what's happening next. We're done with the murder hornets, and the Ronas are still here. But this weekend is about America.
Seems like America kind of shut down right as 4th of July started. Imperative to wear a mask is what I heard.
Yeah, the governor of Texas has decided that if your county has more than 20 confirmed cases, which, by the way, I have never checked how many confirmed cases my county has, so I have no idea if we do or not, so I'm just going to not wear a mask. You think that'll work as a legal defense? Do I need to consult a lawyer on that one?
You should definitely wait till after they've given you a ticket and then bring this up.
I never checked, guys. I didn't know. Anyway, this is not relevant. This is America, and we're going to do a different drink every week. So this week, our drink of choice is bourbon.
It's bourbon.
This particular bourbon is 6th Street Bourbon. We bought it because we care so much about the flavor. We've never tried it. We bought it because it looks like a guitar. And absolutely no other reason, let's be honest. I mean, that was the only reason. Also, my boy Dan here did some research, and I don't know how you found this out. I don't know what a source was. Google.com.
Most American drink.
Resources. Most American drink. Right up there with like Tequila Sunrise and whatever else it was. It's gonna be a
whole bunch of them that didn't matter because that was the most American drink.
This is America. And just some life advice for all you people out there. If you ever have to buy alcohol and you don't know what to buy, you go to the price range section of what you're willing to pay. Then you look at all of the bottles and find the one with the coolest label. I gave Daniel this advice today.
We didn't go for label. We went for bottle shape.
And he delivered. This is, this is exactly what I was talking about. When he sent this to me and goes, "This is what I bought," I was like, absolutely. That is exactly what you should have bought. Like, I mean, what else are you going to do? And then, of course, because America, he already has his out here, but we are doing Dr. Pepper because of Texas, which is as America.
Greatest country to ever exist.
I mean, all the rest of the states don't matter that much, really. I mean, just saying. I don't even know if they're states still.
Everything north of Texas is Canada.
And we don't care about Canada. We're still in our Dan's Deals on Wheels
tumblers,
because if you need a deal on wheels, call my boy Dan. Let's pour some whiskey.
It's going to be bourbon.
Sorry. Let's pour some bourbon. How much bourbon do you want? Not enough bourbon for you?
Looks like it.
We're drinking bourbon, folks. Cut it with a little bit of Dr. Pepper. And there we are. We're up and rolling. I will say this, by the way. Shout out to last week. Shiner was easier. We didn't have to pour it.
Didn't have to make it. It was ready to go in the bottle. So if Shiner would like to sponsor us, that'd be fantastic.
We're still okay with that. I mean, we're never not okay with that, let's be honest. But, Shiner, wherever you're at, I mean, this is where you need to be. And also, I just want to point out that I'm wearing an America shirt as well because I care. Another news, I should say, a follow-up to a conversation we had last week about blueberry picking.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I do want to let you know that I went over to my family's house. They got about 100 pounds of blueberries, which is a lot of blueberries. But anyway, we mentioned this at work, or I guess someone watched the podcast and so they knew about it. And they're immediately like, "Hey, does your family make jam out of the the extra blueberries?" And I was like, "Well, that's funny you say that because I was at my family's house on Sunday. What were they doing?" I'm like, "What is this pot for?"
Stepping on blueberries?
Do what?
You never seen that when they're trying to make you're stepping on, you're smashing them.
I mean, we have ways without using our feet.
I don't know how advanced the bean compound is.
We're more advanced than stomping on blueberries to make some jam.
If you're all walking around in a pool just stepping on berries.
Hey, come to the Donahue house. We got some fresh churned butter. We used our feet.
Oof. I sure hope you washed them first.
Well, washing is optional. Hey, if people didn't wash so much, they'd get extra bacteria and germs, and then they'd be able to fight the Oronas. Well, I'm still confused because the Oronas is supposed to be a beer, but don't tell the government that. They'll be all right.
So if you get scared half to death twice, do you die?
If you get scared half to death twice.
Twice. 2 halves make a whole.
This is solid logic. Except for if I would say no.
Why?
You're still a quarter alive. Because if you get scared half
I'm
to death,
sorry. Did you just say 2 halves equal a whole? But if you get scared half to death twice, you're still a quarter alive? Where did the extra quarter come from?
listen to logic, buddy. It's coming at you hard and fast. So you're scared half to death.
Okay. Now I'm half dead.
All right.
Right.
So in this scenario, you had 4 parts of your life. 2 of them were taken away. Then you get scared half to death again. What's half of 2?
I'm sorry.
It's 1.
No.
You're scared half to death a second time. Then you still had 1 part of your life left. If you were scared half to death,
You
again,
just said
had
if
half
we
that
got
one.
scared half to death, 4 parts of my life are taken away.
No, you had 4 parts.
No, you have 2 parts.
No, okay, you're not listening. You have 4 parts
Why do you have 4 parts?
because we're splitting your life into quarters. Because I said you'd have a quarter left.
Okay, so you're just assuming that life's going to be split into quarters.
No, in my scenario, it was.
Okay. Your scenario is wrong, but continue.
No, so
If you're splitting something in half, it's a whole, so it starts as 1, right? If you get scared half to death, now you have half of your life left, right?
right. So let's say your life was 100 years. Okay, we'll use easy numbers for you. Your life's 100 years.
Right.
You're scared half to death. You lost 50 years, right?
Okay.
Then you have 50 years of life left. You're scared half to death again. Now you have 25 years of life left. Which, by the way, for me means I'm dead. But don't worry about that. Therefore, you had a quarter left.
All right, I'll accept that. You're just taking the half and acting like that is the new whole, and you're splitting it in half again.
A half is not a set amount. It's not like if you were scared half to death, you lost 50 years. If you were scared half to death, you lost half your life, however much your life was. If your life was 20 years,
Right, but if you lost
10
half
years.
your life, that's 50%, and you lose the other half of your life, that's another 50%.
No, because it is 50% of a smaller number, though. This is logic, buddy. I think this is like 7th grade math. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention in school.
I didn't do years. He was homeschooled on the compound.
Yeah, we did homeschool.
It was all one school.
I mean, it was. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. We had 4 different homeschools. You were if you were in elementary school, you were in this room. If you were in high school, you were in a different room. We had a room just for seniors. It was called the.
Well, I mean, you had enough siblings to where you could have had your own high school at your house. It's 13, right?
I don't know. Is 13 enough for a high school?
26
26 is enough.
siblings?
For high school? No.
You just had that new sibling that was born the other day, right?
No.
14 now?
No. It never changed.
I didn't know. I didn't know if we were trying to hit like a record or something. If were we shooting for 20 or are we done?
I mean, you can go start adopting some more or whatever.
Oof. I don't know about all that. I think 13 is that's enough. I mean, y'all are spread out enough to where what's the
Baker's dozen.
What's the baker's dozen? And just refer to your entire family as a baker's dozen. Love that.
That is a real thing. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, it's a baker's dozen.
What is the
When you get the extra donut free,
Right.
The extra
Right, it's-
bagel or muffin or whatever you buy.
what
You
is
don't buy donuts.
the time difference between the oldest and the youngest? How old is the oldest? How old?
Well, here's the deal. They had the first one, and everything sucked until they had me, and then everything
No.
sucked until
See, we've gone off course here. I need to know how old the oldest
19 years.
being child. It's a 19-year.
19 years
Okay,
grade.
well we've got enough for we've got pre-K, we've got kindergarten, all the way up to senior. I mean, you got a whole high school in your house.
Yeah, I mean not anymore.
I mean, I don't know who teaches all that. Did your mom just teach all of y'all?
Yeah,
Wow, that was probably kind of rough.
I mean I would agree. By the way, people are always like, teachers need to get paid more. I agree. If I had to deal with 13 of me, I would have killed at least 4 or 5 of them. I'm just saying. I've met me. I mean, it is what it is. I would have killed like 4 or 5 of me if I had to deal with 13 of me.
I don't know that that's
Good job, Mom, for not killing me.
I don't know that that's acceptable to just start. Oh, I don't like that child. Just go bury him in the backyard.
I'm not talking about as your child. I'm talking about like if you were a teacher. Like my mom had. To
Okay,
teach us.
even worse. You don't just start teaching at a school and make. Oh, I don't like that
Why
child.
do you think I don't teach?
'Cause
Have you ever seen that I have a teaching degree on the wall and I work at a high school?
I sure hope you don't teach, Gus. You teach all the wrong things.
No, I taught you literally today. I taught you how to buy alcohol properly.
Of the bourbon variety.
This right here is living proof that I know how to teach.
Right, but
Sixth
why
Street, never
why do you
heard
need
of
to
it, Sixth
teach
Street, but that's
kids
awesome.
how to buy alcohol? I don't know if that's a life skill that's really needed.
Dude, kids all the time get messed up because they're drinking the wrong stuff. I mean, listen, there are so many ladies in this world who drink White Claw. Beat that logic.
I mean, White Claw doesn't taste the best, but I guess if it gets the job done.
Okay.
What
still
are
White
you
Claw.
shooting for? An enjoyable drink or?
I mean, I'm shooting for Shiner, but instead we're drinking, because Shiner hasn't sponsored us, we're drinking 6th Street bourbon.
I mean,
World famous 6th
we
Street
could
bourbon.
try a different Shiner every week, but I think we're gonna eventually run out.
We already talked about that. Shiner Premium is no different than regular Shiner. It's just in a fancier
If
bottle.
we get
or-
sponsored by them, Thoughtful Chaos Shiner, they make our own blend just for us.
It'll have hints of barbecue in it.
Oh God, I hope not.
Garlic, butter, salt, pepper.
That's
They're
rough.
all the seasonings in it.
No,
People be drinking it. What the hell is this?
we'll be drinking Worcestershire sauce.
I mean, listen, there was that Hefeweizen or whatever that word is, but they do the orange flavored, or the orange flavoring in it.
Yep. Uh-huh.
You don't seem. I don't know. I'm not an expert on beer. I drink the Shiner out of the regular one with the ram on the front of it. That's the Shiner I drink.
What do you think? So I saw an article today about the
No.
army
Sounds dangerous.
about the army soldier that went missing, and they just found human remains. So there's signs of foul play in this. What do you think about that?
That's the one at Fort Hood.
Yep, in Texas, right here in the great country of Texas.
Yeah, that is sad. There is like the slightest possibility. I don't know the details on this case. There's the slightest possibility with it being Fort Hood that maybe he wasn't murdered because you're in the middle of nowhere and the place is gigantic. So he could have just gotten lost. But I don't like my odds.
Gus.
It looks like pretty bad.
Gus,
What?
I'm gonna educate you just so we can fix this here
called
right off the bat.
educate.
It wasn't a he. It's gonna be a she. Yeah.
I told you I don't know the details of the case. Wait, it was a lady?
Yeah.
PFC, was that private first class?
Right.
How did he get it pulled up faster?
Well, there was a
Look at
Facebook
that.
article on it.
Oh, I don't actually read Facebook articles. I look for the memes and I like them and scroll on. Let's be honest.
It's gonna be Vanessa
Her
Guillen.
body was hacked to pieces? Holy crap.
That's what the family attorney says.
I mean, I kind of would trust him. Damn.
Dang.
Oh yeah, dang. Sorry. I mean, this is a proper time to. I have not read the story.
You haven't heard about that? So basically, they
Wait a
said that
minute.
she was being
killed
like,
with a hammer.
I haven't heard about that. Basically, they're saying that she was being harassed, and then she disappeared. They found her phone, keys, and wallet, like where she was working that day.
That is a big problem in the military right now. Is
And then they took 60 days before they started investigating it. They didn't do it. They didn't start investigating it until like after the family like took to social media and it blew up and just all this extra stuff.
there's a bunch of people pretty high up in the chain of command who are fixing to lose their jobs after that.
Maybe
Hopefully.
we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that was something that popped up in the news today. It was pretty
Yeah, I did not read that.
Yeah, it's been
I should probably start reading the posts on Facebook.
well.
I normally just
You get a pass, because the majority of them are popping up or about dumb stuff.
I mean, it is Facebook. Plus, half of the stuff you read on Facebook is from The Onion or one of those sites.
One of the weird like off-brand sites that just has no
They're
facts
called-
behind their statements.
They're called satire sites or whatever like that, where it's like, we're gonna make it all up as we go.
Right. But yeah, man, it was I don't know, sad case. Hopefully the family gets the resolution they were looking for. It's definitely sad.
This is not a fun thing. I told you July had something. I just didn't know that it already happened.
Well, July is young. It is young. We don't know what is yet to come of it.
I know it happened 2 months ago, but I just found out about it now, buddy. I was living under the Corona's bubble. I didn't know what was happening.
Random fact for you.
Okay.
Right now, at this moment in time, you are both the oldest you have ever been and the youngest you will ever be again.
I mean, yes.
Crazy to think about. Time's a ticking. What are you doing with your life?
I'm drinking and talking on the
Talking to a camera. We're drinking and talking to a camera.
It is the most fun you can have is talking to a camera. It never smiles back though. Like you make a joke, it doesn't laugh. Well, what the hell? I mean, not that I expect everyone to laugh at all my jokes. It's just that they always do. So I'm not used to this. Do you have more random facts for me?
I mean,
Today at work they started emailing around about Pringles. Apparently,
Oh, yeah,
used to
they're
not
not-
be potato chips.
they're not potato chips.
I have never seen so many people get so excited about a conversation via email at work. I was like, good grief. Just
I
one
think-
after another just popping in my inbox. And I'm sitting there going, why do we care about Pringles being potato chips?
So I think, well, because they're saying like less than 40% of a Pringle is a potato chip, is actually made of potato. And I think if you're
No
going
one
to
cares
label
if it's
it,
really potato. All people care about is it delicious?
I don't eat it because it has a weird texture. Like it's not a chip, dude. It's not.
It does have a weird texture. You're right about that. You have to. And, like, the regular ones are the worst because like there's nothing good about them. But if you
Right.
get like the barbecue ones, like they're not that bad. If you get the cheddar or whatever that stuff is called, no bueno. Just letting you know. Hey, by the way, guys, we didn't argue enough this week about anything, unfortunately. So we don't have an argument for the week. So we need your help. Pose some tough questions that will. I told you last week. I need questions that I can be right about and he'll be wrong because I'm always right.
You have to give him the easy stuff. You know, it takes he's slow processor.
Hey, by the way, we need to do our steak challenge. See who can make a better steak.
We can set that up.
I don't know how we're gonna grill it because we're not professionals at the camera or the audio. Vis-a-vis our first 2 weeks, we've kind of shown that we're not the best, although we are marked improvements.
Marked improvements.
Yeah, we're getting better. So probably by week 7 or 8 or 10 or something, we'll be ready to make a video of us cooking.
Yeah, we'll figure out the cameras and the mics and it's just it takes a lot of planning to do stuff like that. But yeah, we can argue about whatever you want. In fact, 10 minutes before this video started, we were arguing about what is the correct consistency of ranch dressing. I don't know how we got there, but it's one of the things we started arguing about. You know, because you go to like Wendy's and you get the ranch, and it's very like a gelatinous. It's very.
I don't think I've ever gotten ranch from Wendy's.
You take a Wendy's ranch and you open the top, and it doesn't pour. It just stays in there.
Just like a chunk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out.
I mean, it's your only option. You go to Wendy's, you get some chicken nugs, and that's your only option. You open it and you
So first of all, if you go to Wendy's, you get the spicy nuggets.
Of course.
Okay, just checking.
What am I? Not Texan?
I don't know. You might be from like Canada.
I-
Just asking a question.
Listen,
I'm trying to cover my bases and make sure that you're not crazy. 'Cause
I
some
would be
people might get
hard
crazy.
pressed to even believe that Wendy's sells non-spicy chicken nuggets. I'd be in disbelief.
No, there are crazy people in this world. I've met them. These people tell me things like, dude, speaking of arguments, this guy was trying to tell me that a turkey burger is better than a regular burger.
Oh yeah, dude, that was Joe from. Hey, shout out Joe from work. We're gonna let you know that so you can watch this.
Yeah, Joe,
He
you're
swears up and down that turkey burgers are regular than or not.
Better.
They're better than regular burgers.
I tried to give him. I said, hey, listen. I mean, I'm not the most in shape person ever.
Right.
I'm like, if you're telling me that they're better for you, if you're like, listen, they have this many grams of protein and this much of the iodines and that much of the other stuff no one's ever heard of, and they have the extra sulfur on the side, I'm like, sure, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you're right, they're probably better for you. But if you're telling me they taste better, hell no, you're not going to tell me turkey is better than beef.
It's not. That's why
Only form.
it's called a burger, a hamburger, not a turkey burger. You don't add anything extra to it. When you go to a restaurant, you order a
hamburger
burger.
because there's a city in Germany that's Hamburg, Germany, and that's where the hamburger was invented.
Interesting. Well,
I don't know if you wanted to know that fact, but now you know that fact. So
one of the surprises that we have for this podcast, I'm actually traveling tomorrow, so I have to start packing. But we have a surprise guest named Zach who is going to come on the podcast and talk. He's got all kinds of things he wants to talk about. And whenever this whole COVID thing, is done and over with, mics are out everywhere. Any store you go to, don't have mics. So once we get a third mic, he's going to be showing up all the time. But I got to go get ready to pack. We did this video just to make sure y'all have something to watch on Sunday.
In case you're wondering.
Right. But he's going to come on here and he's going to talk with Gus back and forth about all kinds of stuff. So without further ado, here's the man, the myth, the legend, Z Granus.
You don't have to do all the clapping. No one was clapping for you, buddy. I hate to let you know. I can clap if you like.
Lord have mercy.
The Lord does have mercy.
Yeah. So,
He's the one, by the way, that's passionate about ranch. I have no idea why. He's trying to tell us about how something about how the ranch at Buffalo Wild Wings is fake ranch, and the ranch at a different place was better. No one cares.
Wingstop.
Yeah, it's not better.
Your ranch should be pourable, first off. But also,
Yes, I agree with that.
so
If it's gelatinous, that's unacceptable.
yeah, so it's like Daniel was saying, Wendy's, but also going back to the Wingstop and B-Dubs. B-Dubs is borderline gelatinous. Wingstop, they actually make theirs fresh. You could tell if you eat B-Dubs.
Are you sure you weren't eating blue cheese? Because that
No,
you're right,
I don't
that
eat
stuff
that.
is nasty.
Nah, blue cheese. That's I'm out on that. They got some weird forms of that, dude. There's a form of blue cheese where literally in the center
All
of
blue
it.
cheese is nasty.
I agree.
Have you seen? I watched a video one time of how they make blue cheese, and like they take a block, like not a block, what they call like a wheel of cheese, or I don't know. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. Well,
Cheese wheel.
yeah, blue
Sounds
cheese.
right.
Yeah,
I don't know. And then they like just take this like prong, like looks like a rake or something, and just stick it in and make these holes, and just leave it so that it can rot.
Okay, but that's not even so. What I was getting at.
It's disgusting.
So there's that form of blue cheese,
Okay.
but then they take it a step further, and they get ash, and they get 2 wheels of blue cheese.
Ash like from a fire?
Yes, and put a layer of ash, and then bind them together into the blue cheese. So they took something that already was just gross and made it
And
even
they
worse.
mixed it with ash.
They made a bourbon version of blue cheese. Those are 2 things you shouldn't mix.
No, listen. I don't know why. This seems like a simple idea, but if you have cheese and it gets moldy, what do?
Throw it out or make medicine. You make medicine out of it.
No, you cut
Penicillin.
If you have a chunk of cheese and there's some mold on it, you just cut the moldy part out and throw that away.
No, I throw it away. It's been tainted. I throw it away.
Okay.
Dude, you don't realize. So
Casa della Donahue or the Donahue compound, whichever one you like to talk about. No,
that's the compound. It's the compound, 100%.
The compound.
But
Is that just a compound thing? Like, does no one else do that?
I think compound, ranch, farm. Some
No.
prisons might. Some prisons might, but you don't understand the arguments I've gotten into with my dad.
The house I grew up in was not a prison.
Okay, so
telling you.
so you go to prison, right?
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to. Try my damnedest not to.
It's built like your compound, a little bit, but a little bit more security.
I don't know.
You can learn. You can go to school there, and you can get a degree there.
We don't do college at the compound. You have to go
I don't think
outside
I don't think they do
colleges.
college in prison, really. I mean,
I think that's all they do.
there's some people getting GEDs in prison.
You can get GEDs, but you can get like
But-
associates and stuff like that too.
Either way,
like through the local like community colleges and stuff. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm like 87.4. Dude, people get law degrees in college or in the prison, don't they?
no. But there's that movie about the guy who like wanted to free himself because he was wrongly accused, and he was his lawyer.
Watched that movie.
I didn't either, but it's a true story. So
okay.
so
Is that the one?
He
is
was
that the one
falsely
where it's making
accused.
a murderer?
No,
Oh, I don't know.
he was falsely.
That was a
It
big
was
couple years ago.
this guy who was falsely accused, and while in
Or at least
prison,
before Rona.
while he was in prison, started hitting the books, learning all his stuff law wise, and he was his own lawyer. Freed himself, and now he does that as a job for people that have been wrongly accused.
I 100% thought you were going to say now he's murdered another person or something.
No, that would be a Netflix movie. That would be
I thought this what we were talking about was a Netflix movie.
maybe. But going back to the whole cheese and mold thing though,
Okay, yeah, back.
because stuff like that, it's tainted. I'm done with it. I'll go to my dad's house,
Okay.
and I don't know if you do this when you go back home. It's like it's become like I guess a tradition or just muscle
way
memory.
back home?
As soon as I walk in that door, the first two places I go to before I probably even say hi to them,
The
the
fridge?
fridge and the pantry. I don't even have to be hungry or thirsty. I'm going to the fridge or the pantry.
They might have eaten something good for dinner in the last couple of days.
Exactly.
There's some leftovers.
The stuff that
I'm
I don't
with
feel
you.
like cooking when I'm home. And so I go there, I open the fridge, look for a few seconds, then I go to the pantry, then I might go back and forth for a couple times. But when I do that, I'll notice stuff like my dad, dude, he doesn't like throwing anything out. He's not a hoarder, but like he's got like seasonings or like the taco
He doesn't throw
packets.
away the cheese, just has a little tiny bit of mold on, is what you're fixing to tell me.
Well, it's not even that, dude. Like sauces, taco, the taco seasoning packets. He's got stuff probably in there older than me, and I try to throw it out, and he's like, "No, don't throw that out. I'm gonna use it." I'm like, "Dad, like it's
I've been alive for a long time.
it's
Hadn't used it
15
yet.
years old, and I haven't had this yet."
This is a good thing. I don't have all these same experiences. I'm with you though. Listen, you go to mom and dad's house.
You're
very
looking for
first
that
thing.
stuff you grew up on. You're looking
Chicken
for
and cheese. They haven't had it in forever. But one of these days. No, my mom. I'll tell you what was good. My mom one day made a chicken pot pie. She made a chicken pot pie, and she hadn't made it in a long while. And she made this some sort of gravy stuff that she put on top of it. Ooh boy.
chicken pot pies are weird for me. Flavor wise,
What?
Flavor wise,
Are we gonna fight about chicken pot pies? You don't like chicken pot pies?
So flavor wise, I'm fine with chicken pot pies. I'll give you
you
that.
don't like the texture?
The texture. That's exactly what it is. I don't know.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm a raging Cajun, I guess. I'm a Louisiana boy.
Wait, I would say you're the crazy Cajun, but we all know that's Mason.
No, I'm just.
But you don't like chicken pot pie.
That's not a Louisiana thing either. That's,
Hey,
we eat. Dude.
So-
you ever want to get one bowl of anything?
of anything, you're gonna tell me gumbo?
No, well, gumbo would fall under what I'm about to say, but in like Louisiana, all the food there, you don't have to eat a lot because it fills you up quick. And
I don't know
it's-
about that.
Oh,
Crawfish does not fill you up quick.
okay. Well, that's a little different. But
I don't
like, I'm
like
talking
crawfish.
gumbo, etouffee.
Literally, I do not like crawfish just because of the amount of work. I am much too lazy. Much too lazy. You have to eat
It's not a
so
lot of
much
work.
crawfish.
Dude, you can break one crawfish down in like 5 seconds.
Okay, guess what? You can eat shrimp. You can buy it at the store already peeled.
Okay. Already peeled, but you still got it. They're not going to peel off the tail.
Yeah, you pick it up by the tail, you bite it, you squeeze the
Okay.
end, you rip it. How hard? Have you never eaten shrimp before? This guy,
Yeah.
by the way, saying that, this guy's a professional chef. World-renowned professional chef. And he even has the chef's tattoo that you have to prove that you're a chef in order to get. So we know that is the case. Which, by the way, last week, Daniel and I got into a discussion. I say it was a discussion because I'm saying it. I mean, for him, it was a humiliating loss because he tried to say he was better at me than anything than me. But if you were we were talking about making steaks and who was gonna make a better steak.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to make a steak, what seasonings are you gonna put on it? Professional chef and all.
So, I think we're going to agree on this.
I know.
Sadly, I think we're going to agree on this. I'll start it off by saying, if you're buying a good quality, if you don't go to Walmart and get your steak, if you're getting a good quality piece of meat,
I'm not a psychopath. I don't go.
yeah, if you're getting a
Walmart
good
to get
quality
steak.
piece of meat that's got good marbling,
I go to Walmart to get 2-for-2 Dorito bags or whatever. I actually don't know how much they cost, but
If you're going to get good quality meat with good marbling,
right.
you know,
Good steak.
I believe salt and pepper, let the meat do the talking. Now, I'm also not opposed, though, if you want to, let's say basically there's two ways. So when I'm grilling it, salt and pepper, let the meat do the talking. If I'm forced, for instance, during the Ronas, where I can't use the grill down at the old community shared pool area.
Because we all know the Rona spreads vis-a-vis the grill.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I've seen the most Coronas, not viruses, but the Coronas. The most Coronas I've ever seen was by that grill.
Yeah. So if I'm being forced to cook indoors,
Right.
I will reverse sear it. When I pull it out, though, throw it in the pan. Rosemary, thyme, butter. Sometimes, if I'm feeling a little frisky, some duck fat.
Hold on, you don't do garlic?
I can throw garlic in there.
Okay.
It just depends. That's more or less on the end. But rosemary, thyme, butter, sometimes duck fat. You're basting it. Then you throw a little garlic in there towards the end, because you still got to sear. Whenever you reverse sear, you're cooking the inside. Outside gets a little dry. You still got to char the outside a little bit. Give it a little color. So at the end, you throw in your garlic. You're still basting it. You don't want it to burn the garlic, so you throw that in. It's more of a fragrant, if you will. And then I'll pull it out, let it sit. Number one mistake that everybody makes is not letting the meat rest.
Oh, yeah, you try to cut right into it.
5 minutes.
You're like, oh, this is going to be good. I got to try it.
What's going to happen is it's going to spit the juices everywhere. You need to let it rest. No matter what it is, you need to let it rest for 5 minutes. And if it's obviously like brisket, you do 30 minutes to an hour. But
yeah, it's going to be different because it's
typical size meats, chicken breast, steak, whatever. 5 minutes, let the juices reconcentrate back to the center, spread back out, then you slice, and you're golden. It'll be some of the best food you'll ever cook. That's like the number one thing you always
I have
see.
a different question.
And a dull knife where you're smushing it. You're pressing down on, basically, like, when you cook a burger, you don't sit there and play with that. When you cook a burger, if you're doing it right, you're not playing with the burger on the grill. You're not smushing it down. You form your patty, right?
Once.
Yeah, you form the patty, lay it down.
Lay some cheese on it.
The meat will release itself from the grill. That's when you flip it. But people smash it down. I mean, we're not making a steak and shake burger. We're not making a
you
water
have something
burger.
wrong with steak and shake?
I'll eat, dude. I'll tear it up. But
okay.
I mean, it's just
suddenly you're like,
no,
"I'm
dude.
making steak and shake."
I almost put myself in a wheelchair one time. They got on their secret menu. They got a 6x6. I went in there drunk one night. Yeah, I went in there drunk one night, and I was like,
I want to know because
I'm taking out the 6x6. So 6 patties, 6
has
cheeses.
a 4x4. What does Whataburger have? I mean, other than
Well, their patties are. I mean, they got bigger radius patties, but also a little bit thicker. I don't know what. Dude, I don't even know if Whataburger has a secret menu.
No, because
They got some pretty interesting items on their menu already.
They're not from California. They're straight up Texans. They said, we're going to tell you the truth right up front. You want this?
But they already have
it
interesting things on their menu. The bacon avocado burger, the A1 thick and hearty chicken strip sandwich.
Back for a limited time.
Dude, that was actually pretty perfect.
That's what they sound like.
But yeah, so when you're cooking the burger, though, they like to smash it down, which shoots. I mean, you're getting all the grease out of it. You're getting all the flavor.
I need to start doing impressions of the Whataburger
Big
guy.
Tex too. Big Tex and Whataburger. I think it's the same guy. It's got to be.
I don't know. Someone who makes more money than me. I guarantee that.
You could, dude.
But
You
he
don't.
does it just like you like it.
You could do that. You don't have to have a pretty face to be a voice actor. So.
What the hell does that mean?
You don't have to have a pretty face to be a voice actor. You might. Hey, who knows?
Man,
I don't know who I could be.
you're a guest.
I know.
You're a guest on the podcast right
I know.
here and now, and you're insulting me to my face. Well, we have a camera going saying I should be a voice actor.
I could. Hey, if they run a reboot of A Christmas Story, because they've been showing the same one for years now. If they have a reboot
Be
for
the
Christmas
Ralph?
Story, I'll be Ralphie.
Ralphie.
I don't have my
everyone-
glasses, but
Everyone always makes that joke. I have no idea who the hell Ralphie is. I'm just
he's the boy in the little bunny suit, man. His parents,
Dude,
he'll
I've
shoot
never
your eye
watched it. I
out,
don't-
kid.
do what?
He wanted a little Red Ryder BB gun for
Oh,
Christmas,
Red
and there,
Rider.
yeah, Santa Claus hurt his
Do you ever
feelings.
have Red Rider?
Man, I had a Daisy.
We had.
We didn't do Red Riders. We
I
did
couldn't
Daisies.
tell you for sure if I had Red Rider or Daisy because we both, between my brothers and I, we had some of both. I don't know which one was mine.
We had a Daisy,
kinda
and that's why
community
I
property at
named
some
my
point.
dog Daisy.
Are you serious?
No,
I was gonna say
that's
a
actually
pretty
Daisy
interesting story.
2.0. I had an original Daisy.
What happened to original Daisy?
My mom, I was young, but my mom, I think, just gave it to a friend because she was.
'Cause you weren't
I
responsible
wouldn't.
enough
Yeah,
to
I wouldn't.
hold- to
I wasn't taking care of
Daisy?
the dog. So then, when I got my own place and my own dog, I was like, "This is Daisy 2.0," and
You
left
just
it at
say,
that.
Yo, 2.0, and it looks at you like, stop calling me that.
She looks at me like you feed me, so I gotta like you.
That's a fair point. You ever given your dog a steak?
I have done that. I wouldn't say that so it's a special occasion. I'm not gonna, because my dog. You give a dog anything, he'll eat it, for the most part.
even if it'll kill him.
Like it doesn't
dogs-
care about flavor.
Our dogs, for Christmas or something, because this is the era of not actually going shopping. You just like get stuff delivered. My mom got candy delivered. I say it was Christmas. It could have been Easter or Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day. I don't know what the hell was going on. But my mom ordered some chocolate, and our dogs tore into it, ate it, because the delivery guy just left it outside at the gate of the compound, I guess. And then they were having bowel issues.
Well, so
that
if I'm not
was done.
mistaken though, chocolate doesn't actually kill dogs,
Didn't
but
kill ours. These
but
things
it
are
does.
bulletproof.
It will mess their stomach
Oh
up.
yeah,
I mean, you
those things are still alive.
give old Hank here. I don't know where he's running around at. You give Hank anything other than the same dog food, and
Life gets rough all of a sudden.
yeah,
Okay.
painted walls.
Hey, so it's America. It's America's birthday. That is the thing it is the thing that we are the most passionate about because America, mainly America, and no other reason. Now, this guy has a different perspective on life because he came from what state did you come
Swamplands,
from?
baby.
Louisiana.
Not really. The closest bayou was Black Bayou, but I'm
don't know what that is.
a Yankee in the state of Louisiana, man. I actually both Daniel and I we're not swamp people.
So my question is,
My town's claim to fame is Miss K from Duck Dynasty.
that's a good. She's
It's
a
not
heck
bad.
of a cook is what I hear. That's good. That's good. Hey.
Yeah, she so we have. So I mean, it's a small town, so we have like a homecoming for the town, and she always shows up. And
Everyone wants to eat some of her gumbo. The one show on Duck Dynasty, they got a food truck. And they were serving her gumbo. But I was gonna ask a question. We got off track. So question is, how is 4th of July celebrated different in Louisiana than in Texas?
instead of horseshoes, we play stump.
The hell's stump?
I mean, it's got multiple names, but I mean, depending on what region you're in, but you just get a stump.
You find the stump in the woods. You just go, and if you can't find one, you cut down a tree.
Yeah, you usually have your own. You cut one. You
cut a
know,
tree down. We need a stump for these.
it's a drinking game.
Really go cut a tree.
Drinking game, best played drinking.
Just best played drunk.
Yeah, best played
All
drunk.
drinking
And
games
so you get the stump and you barely hit some nails, and however many players there are, get some nails, get a hammer, and you flip the hammer up, grab it, and in one motion you grab it, and whoever hits the nail in all the way wins.
in like one swing, or do you have multiple swings?
Yeah, it goes around. So after I throw mine up, catch it, hit, I pass it to
Do
you.
you have to bring your own hammer? Or you pass the hammer?
Yeah, it's one hammer. It's one hammer, and it goes around in a circle, and you toss it up, flip it around. And there's been,
What
people,
the hell kind of back? People make fun of me for growing up on a compound, and this is what you guys
dude,
play?
it gets competitive. It does.
I don't care if it gets competitive. You're throwing a hammer in this guy.
Okay, but you
like,
have
"Woo!"
blueberry picking contests.
We don't have contests. We just
Fastest
go-
to 100 pounds wins.
No. The idea is everyone gets cumulative amount of 100 pounds, so we have blueberries for the year. You ever
Y'all
had
freeze
blueberry
them.
pancakes?
Y'all freeze them.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a question I didn't ask, and I didn't notice it when I went to the compound. When I was granted access, exclusive access,
Exclusive.
after passing all the background checks.
Did you pass them?
I did.
Have to check on that.
The one thing I didn't look, because y'all have got, like 6 washer and dryers.
3 and 3, yes. That is an accurate number.
So,
I don't know how you remember that, but yes.
because I don't either.
Yeah. It's a good number. I
So
like it. 3
you
and 3.
got 6 washer and dryers, and you know pretty much everything obviously is built for a larger family.
Yes, very unique house.
I didn't notice one deep freeze.
We have one.
Just one, not multiple,
So we
like
have
lined along the garage wall, or I mean seriously.
we have 3 refrigerator freezers, and then 1 just freezer.
Like deep freeze?
When you say deep freeze, I don't know if you're talking about a particular model of freezer, but it's a
I mean, in the
freezer
South, so
only.
it's kind of like buggy, shopping cart. They've all got different. I mean, it's the same thing, but
yeah, it's
different
just
names.
a freezer.
So it's a deep freeze.
It's
I'm
not,
talking about the one you lift the top
No,
up,
no,
you
we
look
don't have
down
one
in
of
it.
those.
That's where you stick your deer
No.
meat. Freeze your deer meat in.
No, it's upright like a regular freezer, but it's just a freezer. The entire thing is a freezer. So it's like an upright deep freezer. Which I mean,
Okay.
does that mean it's a tall freeze instead of a deep freeze?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Fat freeze, I don't know.
If you know the name that you're supposed to call a stand-up deep freezer,
There's not one bit of a fridge portion to it.
no, it's just a freezer. It's the same size as any refrigerator you'd ever see, except for it just has one door, and it's all freezer. You have to remember, like, with that many kids, like 10 pounds of chicken.
Nothing
is-
really gets frozen.
No,
It gets
you have to
eaten.
get frozen.
It gets
but
eaten
10
before.
Pounds, 10 pounds of chicken can be like one meal. If you make grilled chicken for
Yeah.
15 people, and then, one of the kids had to bring their friend Joe over, or Sue, or whatever, and then there's someone else there. Nick, in our case. I don't know if Nick is actually going to watch this, but Nick was over all the time, especially when we had fajitas. All you had to be is like, hey, Nick, we're having fajitas.
By the way, hey, so I don't even know. So what are you? I'm trying to think. Tomorrow. Well, I mean, tomorrow's technically not. Are you? Do you have to work tomorrow?
No, I'm off.
So
That's
what?
our
Are,
4th of July holiday.
what are we doing? What are we doing tomorrow?
Well, I don't know.
Are
if
we
we're
not-
discussing it on the camera?
We might.
But we are beginning.
Drink beer?
We are beginning the celebration of the 4th of July because this is America. So it's a 3-day weekend. All
So-
weekend we're going to be celebrating America. So we're going to start early by waking up, listening to some Toby Keith, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. I'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. And then from there,
That's
actually,
your
I'm
alarm.
going to go golfing.
That's your alarm. Your alarm wakes you up with that song.
Yeah, it's like the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, and then I wake up right
Chug,
then.
chug a natty light.
No, those things are nasty. Oh my gosh. We need listen. The reason we keep plugging Shiner is because I need Shiner to sponsor this so that we can drink Shiner every week on the podcast. Because
Free Shiner's not bad.
like bourbon, okay with that. If we drink, I don't know, some other sort of specialty cocktail that's not bad, I'll be fine. If we have margaritas, I'm good. But if we have to start drinking beer,
Yeah, that's my healthy beer.
hell no.
That's my healthy beer.
I am not drinking that.
I don't want to.
No, neither do I. The difference is I don't care. I drink what I want.
I'm watching my girlish figure.
I drink what I want. I want what I drink. There you go.
I half that's right for me. I want to drink it, but
you
no.
don't-
So,
you don't
but you
actually
okay?
drink.
So tell me if you think so.
I'm gonna do a brisket. So this. If you want to know my plans for the 4th of July, I'm gonna go golfing at some point this weekend. It was on the books. It's something I need to do. We got Little Bean coming to town, so we have to remind him that he lives in Oklahoma. Because what else would we do with our life?
Damn Yankee.
Damn Yankees. Anyway, and then Canadians.
There's not a lot to do in Oklahoma. He's got to come back to Texas.
There's a lot of stuff you can do in Oklahoma. You can drive to Texas.
It's kind of what I'm getting at. Well, the only thing that I know that's fun to do, well, depends on how it's going, would be casino.
Well, somebody not so good at the casino. I like to lose money when I go to the casino. It's a donation. That's what you consider it. But don't worry about that. Although I do enjoy going to the casino all the time. But
I don't when they steal my
Anyway.
money.
they're always stealing your money. I think I'm going to do a brisket this weekend, though. I'll share some pictures on
All right.
interwebs if you want to follow. I don't know what Daniel Hubbard's social media is. It's probably like Daniel Hubbard on Instagram.
What is it? I've got
Mine
him.
is A Ford Gus because only the best trucks. No one else. So if you
think-
want to follow us on social media, it's A Ford Gus on Instagram. I think I'm A Ford Gus on Snapchat too. Actually, A Ford Gus. I'm not positive on that actually.
Yeah, we got Daniel as Hubbard 0516.
That is a world famous Hubbard's
Yeah.
right there. But anyway, that's enough rambling from us. If you were bored on the podcast this week, let us know. If you enjoy the podcast this week, also let us know. If you're celebrating America, do that in style. Wear a shirt that just screams America. Nothing more than a fishing shirt with whatever fish these are in American flag.
This is the same shirt that you
decor.
didn't want to go to the old honky tonk in. I remember this.
I've been to the honky tonk in this shirt, bud. I've worn
Was it
this
the
shirt
shorts? I think it
everywhere.
was the shorts. You were wearing shorts and Sperry's. That's what it was. It wasn't the shirt.
No, it was
But-
the fact I was wearing swim trunks because I just gotten out of the lake. I don't know where he's going with this. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful week. We will see you next week. Hopefully. But y'all take care.
That's if we don't get canceled.